Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. Today I will introduce a simple method to create a field function similar to Cinema 4D in Blender 5.0. Use the new volume nodes. So let's check this basic scenario in Cinema 4D. It has a clone and plane effect and this torus field. When I drag this field, torus field, you can see the function of the effector, which is the plane. Let me check the parameter. It moves y direction. Y direction to 100. And when I drag the field, it limits the effector inside this field like this. This is a basic function in Cinema 4D, but a very strong function. It's one of the most important functions that make Cinema 4D very powerful. Also today I will use Blender 5.0 to create this. So first let's check what I made in Blender 5.0. You can see this, and I made this as a modifier. Let's check when I move the translation. You can see the instance like the scale and the position change inside this monkey head, which is the field. You can see I drag the translation and the rotation and the size. It changes corresponding with this parameter. And when I change the iteration, you can see it became smooth. So let's go to Blender 5.0 and let's go to geometry node. So before we are building this system, we need to separate this system into like 3 parts. The first is like the instance system, like we will build many cubes in a grid. And the second, we will build the effector, which I will move the position of the instance and change the scale of the instance. And the third way, I will build a field contain the effector inside my field. And when I move the field, every effector inside this field will change corresponding with the movement. So first, let's build the grid system. Grid instance system. So I have grid here. So I will change the size to 5, and I will use subdivision mesh to have more mesh like 5. And after that, I will instance on element. I will need a cube, so I will change it to geometry. And I will link a cube, and this cube is too much big, I think. So I will change the size like 0.1. So let's check. 0.1 is big, and 0.5. Okay, that's good. And to make it like look better, I will use a subdivision surface here. So it's like a small sphere. I don't want that. I will change the edge crease. Edge crease. So more like a cube. So you can notice that the plane, the grid didn't disappear. So we need to click here, keep surface. We don't want it to keep surface. So we have the instance system here. And then next, I will build the effect system. So I use the set position, and I will use the vector. Like I will change the z direction, move it upwards like 0.5. Yeah, this is a simple effect, and if you want to change the scale, you can change the scale, or you can use this to link here to change the scale, but it's too much small. So I use 0.1, so it looks very small. And we change it to 1 here. So we have already built the like a simple effector. And next we will build the field. And let's, I think it's better to save this. And let's go to layout and let's build a monkey head. So then, yeah. So I will add a subdivision here to make it look nicer, I think. And before that, I will like change the surface here. I will choose surface here to drag that out. Like this. Okay. This step, this step, why I do this is because that I want to show you that this effect I created, everything inside can be affected. But sometimes the geometry, like here, it's the space here is too much small. Sometimes it couldn't be affected. So we will see in next steps. And let's go to geometry nodes, hide this, and go to cube. And let's change the name. Is field test. Drag through that here. And we need to change it to relative. So we want to use like movement and scale everything inside of this. So it will change relatively. And I will change this like use a transform to change the position, scale, everything. And here we need a join geometry to see this. Yeah, we see a monkey head here, but we don't want to see these faces. We only want the line, so we need a node mesh to curve. So yeah, we build the basic field, and then we want this field to affect our like scale and the position of this instance system. So here we will use the volume nodes in Blender 5.0, which doesn't exist in former versions. So if you want to learn this method, you need to update to 5.0. And if you want to learn like more about volume nodes, you can check my last video. You can check my former video, just former to this video. It's a general tutorial about the volume nodes. So here, I need to change the mesh to volume. Add it here. So we have volume to mesh. And we click this. We view this. No, not volume to mesh. Mesh to volume. This one. So we can see the volume here. And if we want it to be more accurate, you can increase the amount. But sometimes it's not necessary. So the principle is that everything inside, like you see the density here. In Blender, they call it grid. The density, this attribute is called a grid, like the flame and the velocity and something like that attribute is called grid. So everything, the grid inside this volume is 1. Yeah, it's set 1. And if it's outside this volume, it's 0. And between 0 and 1, there is like an edge between outside and inside. There is a gradient edge, and it will change like from 0 to 1. So which is very useful in the field. I will show you in next steps. So if you understand this, you will know what to do. So we'll get named grid here. The grid, volume here. The grid is the density, and we will sample this grid into this instance system. So we need a sample grid. So disconnect this, connect the grid to grid, and so we will need a vector mass, and then we will change it to scale. Okay, the basic effect here, and the field we connect here to here, and let's check the effect. You can see everything inside this monkey head is moved up, and there is a gradient between the outside and the inside, so it has this this curve. And we see here you can see here we can see it more clearly. So this is a basic system that we build, and in next step I will show you how to build the gradient and how to use curve to control this system. So the gradient is pretty simple. We use blur attribute here, and when we increase the iteration, it will change. You can see it didn't change because I think it's a bug. Because if you click here, keep surface, you keep the surface, and you check the iteration, it can affect the surface, but it can't affect the instance, which is weird, pretty weird. So if I think maybe in the future plan update this, they will solve this problem, but here we can use another method to solve this problem. So we move it to here. And, first we define the grid, and then we instance on this defined grid like this. So here we'll reconnect this instance system here, and we have this. So now we change the blur attribute. You can see it changed with this grid, and you can notice that the direction changed with the grid. And if you don't want this, you can here click align rotation, so it has no rotation. If you don't want the surface, click there is no surface here. And I will, and if you want to change the scale, you can use this blur attribute output here to connect with the scale. So we need a mesh node here with the scale and connect the inside, and we connect the scale to blur attribute. So you can see this, and I think maybe we need to make the monkey head bigger to see it much more clear. So it's like this, and that's much more clear. Yeah, that's much more obvious for you to check the effect. So we put it here, and we use the blur, and next I will show you how to use RGB to affect the field system, because the Cinema 4D has this function too. Cinema 4D has a lot of functions. They are super integrated. Now in Blender we can also do that. So see we use this RGB curve to change it. You can see there are many gradient here, but there are limited, I think a limited cube. So I think I need more cube, like subdivide more. Now you can see much more obvious. And if we change the iteration, see. So if we want to make it a modifier, so you can group input here, link everything you need here. Oh no. And here iteration, yeah, we need iteration too. And I want to output this RGB code, but I don't know why. I don't know how. I can't do it for now. Let's try. No, I can't do this for now, but maybe in the future, Blender will have this function to put this curve here in the modifier. Then we have this modifier, and you can save it like as an asset in your system. So here, you can see. Let's do it here, and you can see it's much more obvious. You can see the instance scale changed. You can do everything here. And if you don't want this monkey head, you can just change everything. Where is it? Yeah, here. So then here is Suzanne, but you can change it. You can use you cannot use Suzanne or everything here. You can change that. You can output everything here. And this is a very simple system, and I hope this will help you in your work, especially in product animation. This is super useful. So if you like my video, you can please thumbs up or subscribe. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.